Hello and welcome. It's Japan, and we had another episode of Evolve. And honestly, this format is perfect. I've said it before, and I said it a million times. If you've watched this, it's just a perfect format to have the three matches and then whatever else you want to put in between because it makes all the matches honestly just kind of pop a little bit better, and not to mention just have that room to breathe to actually be a match and not just be like, well, this is going to be a squash match because that they only have a certain amount of time, but each match gets at least a little bit of build up, and at least it's something. So we start off the show with Jamar Hampton versus Idris Inoue. Honestly, I thought this match was going to be a little bit higher and better. Like they definitely showed a lot of different stuff. I mean, Jamar Hampton been trying to kind of show off that he has obviously the strength, but also kind of the bounciness of like being able to jump and do some different stuff that way. It works, but it did feel kind of just out of place on the whole thing of the match. I thought it was a solid match to be on the card. I just feel like they didn't have as much like chemistry to really do much. So I'm gonna put it up in C. I think it wasn't the worst thing that I've seen, but I definitely don't think it was like a phenomenal match. And then we go into Jintala versus Layla Diggs. Now, I actually had like super high hopes for this one because Jintala has been pretty solid ever since LFG, and Layla Diggs really impressed me on that last one, especially with that giant like leg drop kick or scissor kick. She did it on this one, but it didn't go off this time. It was a little like I think she went high, but like I think she ended up hitting her lower back, and I think that's kind of a pivotal moment to really like drive in as this will be a really good match. I do like Gentala's like her kind of finisher is a submission. I think that's kind of unique. We don't get a lot of submitting people as much anymore. It's like exciting in certain ways. I do feel like the first submission where she pulled like her arms back, I thought that was a way better finisher than the last one, but she kind of seems like she's going to be like a submission specialist. But I do like that. And then after the match, they kind of been hinting that Gintala might be the person that's been attacking people, which I don't think makes a lot of sense to the timeline, but whatever. I'm fine with that. That would really put her into a mega heel status, and I'm cool with that because that could really give her a good push. So anything that helps her, get over, I'm completely fine with because I like Gintala a lot. She's my favorite in LFG, so overall, I thought the match was pretty good. I kind of would like to put it up in A. I feel like for like when we think of Evolve, it was a really good match. There's still a lot of missteps and all that. I could easily like solidify it as an A if Layla Diggs would have got that scissor kick down because it's such a pivotal move that it really gets that crowd into it. But she kind of messed it up, and the crowd didn't really even know what she was doing with the kick. So maybe it would have been one of those things to go back to the draw board or try to redo it a little bit later on the spot, but they never did. So, not the greatest. Then we go to the contract signing. It was obviously Callie Armstrong and Natalia. They were talking, about the future of Evolve and all that. This match in general is interesting. But the contract signing itself was pretty regular. Contract signings are never really my thing. This one, it served the purpose. It really wasn't much of anything that we needed to see, but I guess I'm happy that it's happened. I guess is the best way of saying it. We'll put that up in B. Next up is the championship match that will be for next week. Obviously the contract for this. This match in general, I just wanted to discuss for a second because it's very interesting because obviously this title needs like to be like held on to and really have like a big person to have it. And Callie Armstrong is really good, but do you give it up to the veteran Natalia to carry? Because if you have the veteran Natalia as your champion, that is really nasty. And whoever defeats her would have like an instant red hot thing about beating. It's not even like beating somebody who has been in NXT. No, you're beating somebody who's all the way up there in the main roster, somebody who's been there for a long time. So it's an interesting match. I think Callie is still going to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Natalia win that one. Then we finish off the show in a six-man tag team. It was the Vanity Project versus the LWO and Lindsay Dorado. This one actually was a little underwhelming to me. Like it still was a really good match, but I really thought the LWO was going to do some crazy stuff. It was kind of just their standard stuff, and and Lince Dorado kind of was standard. The other side, you know, went out there and did what they normally do. So it's like it was conflicting. I think I had higher hopes for the match, so I was a little disappointed because the the where I thought the match was going to be, I thought it was going to be probably one of the all time best of all matches, and we didn't quite get that. So I feel like I'd probably put this in B. I thought it was still pretty solid, but I think like there was a lot of stuff that they could have done better with it. I still kind of like this rivalry. Having the LWO down here, I mean, they got him some screen time, which they wouldn't be getting on the main roster right now, so that's cool. And I like Lince Dorado a lot. I think they really should be heavily focused on him down here because I think he's done pretty good. He was in the AAA event, and I think all of that has been really good for his year. So hopefully they let him breathe down here and do some more stuff. Obviously, the Vanity Project has been super hot. They've been on NXT. They're obviously have Jackson Drake, who's the NXT or the Evolve champion. So there's a lot right there that makes that faction really good. So it's good to see that they have a pretty healthy faction down here, which is kind of crazy because sometimes organizations can't even do that in general. But like having it as this kind of smaller developmental to have something work out so well, I think is a testament to how well the show sometimes is ran. Other backtracking a little bit, I meant to put this down as a segment. It was just more of a thing, but uh, kind of being like maybe that a tag division is coming. They hinted at Jack Cartwell and Cappuccino Jones being a team. They're going to be called the Adrenaline Drip. Absolutely love that. I'd put that up in S tier. It was a small segment. I meant to grab a picture of it. It was kind of one of those things I kind of semi forgot because I just like really enjoyed it. Didn't even think about it was that on this episode, but yeah, that has been this Evolve episode. And if you've been enjoying this journey of watching every Evolve episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We do it for SmackDown, we do it for Raw, did it for NXT this week. If you like that, again, like I said on the NXT video, the more likes and comments and stuff like that, I'll probably try to do it more. I really like it, but NXT is always just a bit of a hard one to record just because of scheduling wise, and I don't want it to be super late in the week. So, yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, don't forget to like, and yeah, all the stuff that I already said. Bye, guys.